Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Afshin. Today I am going to present psychological contract theory. Psychological contracts are an individual's belief, perceptions regarding the terms of exchange between employee and the organization. The term of this contract include what the employee will do and what the organization will receive in return. Psychological contract first emerged in 1960, notably in the work of organizational and behavior theorist Chris Argyris. Chris Argyris was the first person who introduces psychological contract at workplace. He believed that employee and their organizations created psychological contracts and allow the expressions and gratifications of each other's needs. In other words, we can say that if employees feel that management is respecting their right to develop and grow and use their own initiatives, then in return, employee will also respect the right of the organization to evolve. In 1989, Dennis Rousseau also described that and beliefs and commitments that exist between the employee and the employer, although it is unwritten and intangible, but it represents the mutual expectations of both parties that are felt. It is distinct from the employment contract because it is unwritten contract. When it is in a written form, it is known as legal contract. Objectives of the psychological contract. There are basically three objectives of the psychological contract in any organization: mutual transparency, expectations alignment, and mutual fairness. When there is a transparency among the members of the organization, the employee will trust and open towards the employer. Expectations alignment. The employee has the right to know what the company is expecting from him. Setting expectations right on both sides enable the quality communication and ultimately boost productivity. It also avoids misunderstanding about roles and responsibilities. Mutual fairness is about to be fair with one another. The employee must feel safe in acceptance the psychological contract, acknowledge that people have right to know and complain. Simply it's about be objective and be honest to one another. Then content of psychological contract. A psychological contract is the contract between two parties in which employees and organization or employers are involved. Employee promise to do work hard, uphold company's reputation, work extra or when required, come up with new ideas, show loyalty towards the organization. In return, organization promises to provide opportunities for the training and development, respectful treatment, reasonable job security, recognition for innovation, and opportunities for promotion. There are two types of psychological contract: transactional contract and relational contract. Transactional contracts are basically monetary based with clear expectation that organization will fairly compensate to the performance delivered, and if performance is not good for inappropriate acts, there is a punish. While in relational socio-emotional base that underlies expectations of shared values and respect and support in interpersonal relationships. Transactional contracts are short-term, narrow and specific, limited promises and obligations, while relational contracts are long-term, general and evolving, extensive and broad promises and obligations between organization and the employees of the organization. Advantages of psychological contract: loyalty, empathy, open communication, satisfaction. Loyalty: when both parties on the psychological contract, a bond of loyalty formed between the two parties. Empathy: in this kind of working relationship, the ability to understand one another as a human being can make a big difference. Open communication means when both parties have trust established through the psychological contract, it makes easier for both parties to exhibit openness and honesty towards each other. Satisfaction: when the terms of psychological contracts are honored, all aspects of the working relationship should run more smoothly and the process become more satisfied for both parties. Then how psychological contracts go wrong? What are the reasons of the breach of psychological contract? There are some reasons that when one perceives another as failing to fulfill promises, the psychological contract may breach. These reasons include pay and promotion, type of work and training, and feedback. Pay promised increase in pay were not forthcoming when employees feel that promotions are not materialized in expected time frame. Type of work and training also affects the psychological contract. Important if employee thinks that important features of the work were misrepresented to the employee. Training employer does not receive promised training, performance review inadequate or absent compared to what was promised. These are some major causes of breach of the psychological contract. Causes of breach of psychological contracts. Basic reasons of the breach of the contracts are unsatisfactory human resources practices, lack of support from management, and additional demand of work by employees. There are also some criticism on the theory. For psychological contracts, the terms are only in mind of possibly one of the parties. There is no written agreement of psychological contract, and psychological contracts are difficult to define and define if defined by different scholars. Psychological contracts neither a theory nor a measure. Instead, they may be a hypothetical construct drawn inappropriately from the literature. Psychological contracts are not much known about which implies have psychological contracts and which don't have. In psychological contracts, the parties tend to be one employee and the entire organization. So it is difficult for any organization to understand the expectations of each and every employee. At the end of the discussion, if psychological contract is the responsibility of both the employee and the employer, both have responsibilities to guard against potential breaches. For the employer, it's about making sure not to give wrong perceptions to employee and to make sure promises are upheld. While in employee's point of view, it's about managing their expectations so that difficult situations or circumstances are not seen as negatively impacting productivity. That's all. Thank you.